Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel once again. If it's the first time here, my name is Gigo and today we are back at the Pram Pram project. So in our last update we did the plumbing works for this particular project. So we are still at the finishing stage. For now we are done with, I think I'll say 90% of the block work for this particular project. So we're looking at the finishes, the landscaping and all that. So if all happened to be around, and we were discussing about the next phase of the whole project. So I was thinking, since we are getting to the rainy season, I would like to do some landscaping because we are getting into the rainy season. So it's the best time to do the landscaping, see how the rain flows and all that. So if there's something we would do or change, this is the best time to do, right? But we are also, at the same time, we also want to do the septic tank. But it's been raining. I mean, it's been raining not regularly, but it's unexpected, right? So we are just also waiting for 3 days rain in a row. Then we will start digging for the septic tank, because we are scared that when we dig, it may rain, fill it up, and then we have to do double work, which will cost more, right? So we have to clear all this greenery you see in the banana tree, the plantain, and we also have palm nuts also there. So yeah, I mean, if it was around, so we just were vibing and we just thought of maybe creating uh, a wood, a wood structure that we can keep some of the plants that we wish to plant back, right? To bring it back when the landscaping is done, because we also want a lot of farm there. So we just want to save some of them instead of destroying everything for the light right filling. So if we came with an idea of buying one of this wood. I mean, this is the same one we use for, if you are doing a lentil, right? This is the board that they use for the lentil. If you are doing your decking, you also need this, right? So this brings me to today's main topic for the day, right? Which is not throwing your woods away after you are doing your decking, right? Or after you done with your lentil, right? And that is why you need a very good carpenter with vision who won't just cut your woods anyhow, because you can still reuse those wood, right? So you will see the end result of the of what I'm trying to achieve here. It's difficult to explain it to you now, but as we progress you understand what I mean. So FO wants it to look nicer, so we have to take it through the saw machine to give it a nice look, fresh look, because this wood was outside for a long time in the rain and dust, and FO wants it to look nicer. So I mean, like I said, this wasn't planned. It was just a thought, and we just came to the timber site to see what is possible. And Efo came with the idea. I was trying to let him cut it before we take it home, but if Efo was suggesting that we don't have any measurement, and cutting it without not having a clear idea of the sizes that we want, we may end up having pieces that may be useless, right? But he wants us to just take advantage and get as much box that we could get from this one plywood. I mean, it was an experiment, so I mean you see the end results, but I wouldn't advise you that you do this with your car. I mean, for his experience, I think this is not the first time he's doing this. He knows what he's doing, so please don't try this with your car. And also, I mean, this is his work car, right? So just take notice of that, right? So the purpose of me sharing this video, like I was saying earlier on, it is all about you not throwing your money, I'll say your money away, right? Like I said, this is the same wood you use for your lentil beams, you use for your decking. So when you are done with your decking or your lentil beams, you can still use this wood for something, I think functional, right? That's the word I will use, functional. I mean, that is if you have a good carpenter. And by the way, talking about a good carpenter, FO is our carpenter here at the Gigo Production Group. I've created a playlist for him. If you go to my playlist, it's called FO Carpenter or Chris Carpentry. You can click on that playlist, click on any of the videos, and you see the amazing job Ifo has been doing here on the channel. He's more into decking and also roofing, right? I mean, he can do wardrobe, chairs, bed. I mean, he can do furnitures as well, but I mean, for now, he's more focused with the in construction, all right, the decking, and then right the roofing. That's more. So if you have any decking, right, before you buy your wood and your stuff, I think you should consult info, for any advice, and he will direct you on how to get things done at a cheaper cost, right? So fast forward, it looks like our box is taking shape. And for the base, we decided to use some of our old woods, right, that we have around, because nobody's going to see that part. So it's best that we just use that. You can create holes through the base. Also, it is advisable to have a plastic inside, right? You create the holes through the plastic so that some of the water can just drain out, right? Base, especially if if it is in the place where there will be a lot of rain, so that it will drain out by itself. You can also decide to paint, which is what we did later on when we realized, I mean, we needed a little bit of color, so we did the painting. We use a waterproof painting to do it. So we didn't use plastic. We didn't use plastic because FO knows special paint that can, that resists the absorption of water. So that's what we did. So we ended up having two of the box and then the long one for smaller plants. So that means that having one whole of let me say, if you have one and a half, you will get this, because with the basement we use the old wood, right? We have some old woods that we use, which I believe you will have some at your compound for sure. If you are in construction, you've done decking, you have some of this wood. So this is just something that we just came about, and I think it is something that is worth sharing with you guys. You don't have to completely finish your house before making it look nice, right? Because construction is a process. There are times that you will have break, there are times that you will be slow, and the house still needs to look nice and stuff. So if you have your structure done, I mean, you have a building, right? So it is time to some of the old woods that you have, these are some of the things you can do with it, and that is what we've done with it. So you will see the end result when everything, right, is completed. I mean, it gives the house a little bit of a character, right? I also got new ideas of what I want to do with this space, because I was also thinking, should I use glass, should I use balustrades, how do I want this place to look like? By bringing this stuff here, has given me a different field, right? You can see the beauty of it, even though the house is not even plastered, or there's nothing in there, but I mean, it gives some character to the house, right? And this is the process that I have been sharing here on Gigo Production Group. You build step by step. If you have a nice plan, you don't necessarily have to finish your house before you start enjoying it, right? But like I said, my focus is the down floor. It will take time for me to come to this level to finish it up. So this place can be used as a resting place, because of the wind which is coming, the breeze, the view. So it's just going to be a place to host, friends and family, that comes around. So, I mean, yeah, I will just try to make the place look nice a little bit as we progress and as I focus on the downstairs. I mean, I also have a different mindset now of this project. I mean, for now, it's just I'm just thinking about investment, right? So it's turning into an apartment now, which will go for rentals because of how much I mean people are paying for, you know, rooms here in Pram Pram, right? I mean you'll be amazed how much people pay a night here in Pram Pram. So I mean the mindset is changing, and that is it with construction. You start with plan A and you end up with plan B. So you can see the finish, right? When we're done with the, I'll say the flower pot, this is how it looks there. So I'm looking, in the future of how this house will turn around. And I mean, we start with the second phase, which is the finishes. So stay tuned for latest updates on the Pram Pram project, which is my personal project here in Pram Pram. I mean, we have amazing content coming with this particular project and also the transformation of it, right? So then I think this brings us to the end of today's episode. I really do appreciate your time spent here on the channel. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next episode. Let's get do we